Hi, if you're looking to do family history on your phone using an app, Family Tree is an awesome app to use. I love it and I use it all the time. My kids know how to do it. My husband knows how to do it. We love this app. You go to the App Store and you type in Family Tree and you get the Family Search Tree app. Now, the app is, if you have it on your computer that you use, it's the same password. It's also the same password as your username for LDS tools. So I already have this on my phone. I have it right here under Family Tree. And I'm going to show you some cool tricks that you can do. It opens up here to my Family Tree. At the very bottom left, it says Tree. Now this is my family. You can scroll in, you can scroll out. You can, this is my second great grandmother right here, or my great grandma right here. And if I want to expand on her or my great grandfather's family, you're just going to press the arrow key button, and that's going to bring you up further into the family tree. Now I'll show you, this is my Norwegian side. This right here, Amy Lillian Olsen. Each person in Family Tree, whether they're living or deceased, has the ability to have a profile. So I'm going to click on Amy Lillian right here, and this is what it brings up. These are the details. Right there it says details. It's her name, her birth date, her death date, and other information about her. You can go over to the right of details, and it's her spouse and her child. You can edit the information with the pencil on the right hand side. If I click on it, I can edit any of this information if I need to. Though that's correct, I'm not going to change any of the information. When I go to the right next to spouses is parents. These are her parents, Ole B. Olsen and Ella Melissa Knapp. If you look down below, those are her siblings right there. Each of those siblings has a profile as well that you can quickly go to, or you can go back to where she was. To the right of parents is sources. I love sources. Sources give you information about this person. Whether it's a census record, death record, marriage certificate, any of this information is proof of Amy's existence, her whereabouts, what she did in her life. I'll just go to the first one, Amy Johnson. This is in her 1905 census record. This is Amy. She is living with her husband and her mother-in-law. And then this information just has anything that we need to know about her from the census record. And those are important things. To the right of sources is memories. This is my favorite part. This is where you can put pictures, you can put stories, you can put whatever you would like to put in here about her. This is a great spot. If you want to add to it, anyone can add to it. There's the plus or minus button right here that you click on. You can add a document, you can write a story, you can record an audio, or add a photo. Super simple and easy. I'm not going to add a photo to her, but I'll show you in another spot where you can add a photo. To the right of memories is her ordinances. This is, you can see where her ordinances were completed, when they were completed, and that they were done and completed. I love this section right here because it gives us a glimpse into our ancestor and making sure their temple work is done. So this is the profile of an individual. One thing that is super important to remember that I love more than anything is to put information. This is me right here. And I don't want to wait until I die for my kids to have to put together my memories and my sources. So here's memories. Everybody should be putting their own memories in. My kids have theirs at 8 years old and they can put in their memories. Our teenagers can. And this is a fun, easy way to do family history on a Sunday. Just add a photo about you or a story, whatever you want. Simple, easy way, and I'll show you, I'll add a picture, is to hit the plus or minus button and to add a picture. And it brings up my photos. Here is a photo of our cute little puppy that we got. I haven't added a photo, but all I do is click on this and I'm just gonna hit save. And so she's saved in here. I can now add a title. If she was a real person, I could tag her. Look, there's my daughter reading in the background. But this is awesome. I can say who it is. It's our dog. There we go. And save. And so now my family that looks back in the future can see our little puppy that we had as a family. I love doing my own work because who better than to tell about this person than me? It's myself. I also have added in the first 40 years of my life. I've also added in just little tidbits of my life. So it's important for us to update our own personal history. So that's my profile. Everybody has one. Nobody can see this until we're deceased. It's private, but it's great to be able to do this and add your own information. So this is your family tree. It's really awesome. The next thing, if you look at the bottom to the right of tree, it says tasks. I love to work on tasks on Sunday or have my family work on tasks. If you're looking at this right now, you can scroll up just a tiny bit and it says hints, which are hints of the task. Those are these blue information right here, the sources to the right of the name. This is Dorothy Jean Adams. She is related to me. She's my 4th great uncle's granddaughter, and I had the privilege of getting to know her. But if I wanted to source her information, I would click on this blue circle, and what it pulls up is it's showing me the United States Census in 1940 for Dorothy Adams. So this was when she was a little girl. She should probably be about 8 years old. So we're going to open it up and look. So Dorothy Adams, she is 8 years old. She's single. She's the daughter to the head of the household. And this is her family. And her sister-in-law lived with her. And I know this information to be true, but I'm going to show you how to add this source to a person's name. At the bottom, it says compare. I'm going to hit compare. On the right-hand side, it says family tree. So this on the right-hand side is what we have in her family tree. To the left is the United States Census of 1940. It's in blue right there. And so this is what we are going to add. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to hit this add button in the square so I can add the 1940 census record to Dorothy's profile. I'm also going to add her 1935 residence. I'm going to scroll to the bottom and hit yes and attach. Super simple. I can attach it to other people if I want to, but I'm just going to go back. And now all of a sudden that task is gone. This is something fun that our family does on Sunday. We just sit and add tasks for about 20 minutes. And you just go through these sources. You compare them to make sure they're accurate. But don't add them if you're not sure. It's important to be sure. And by knowing this, when you compare them, you check the information. It's not always accurate on a census record, the exact birthday. They do birth year. But when you go through, you can see information that might add up to the right-hand side. So that's kind of, obviously she lived with her parents at this point because she's a daughter. So it's not going to show her spouse, but you could look for further information to decide if you think it's accurate or not. So that's one of the things I like to do. You could look at temple and it lets you know if you're able to do the temple work. The green lets you know that you're able to reserve. The yellow temple is letting you know that more information is needed in order for it to be green. So I'm going to pick right here on Essa Maud Helen, the third one down. And I'm going to look on the green temple, and it is saying that she could be sealed to her spouse, Logan John A. Thackeray. So if I wanted to add that to my temple inbox, I could. It's already checked in green. At the top it says continue. I can hit continue. And this information is most always the same, but this is the disclaimer. This is something that we have to read. And it's letting us know that that we're responsible for names that are immediate family members, direct line ancestors, which are parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and so on, and their families. You may also do biological, adoptive, foster lines, collateral lines, aunts, uncles, cousins, and their families, descendants of your ancestors, which really just encompasses anybody that's in your tree, as long as you follow the 110-year record from their birth. So right now, anybody who's born in 1909 and below, you can do the names. If they were born after 1909, then you have to get permission from a parent, child, sibling, or spouse in order to do that temple work. Some things that are important to remember is we cannot do famous people from the Holocaust. We're not supposed to be looking for famous people to do their work. We're supposed to just do our ancestors' work. Now that I've read that, I'm going to go to the box where it says I have read and will comply. Click on that and hit add to reserved family names. So now that's in my temple inbox, which is awesome. That's a real quick and easy way for us to find temple work. There's also another simple way to find temple work, and I'll show you. Now that we just added Essa Mods, we're going to go to the bottom to the right of tasks where it says temple and click on temple. I'm waiting for it to load, but this is my actual inbox with the names that I have reserved in my inbox. So if I wanted to print some names, I could decide what do I want to print. If my kids are going to the temple, I'm going to want to print baptisms. So I click the B at the top and I find what work is able to be done. If I'm going to go to the temple and want to work on initiatories, I'm just going to click on this. For sake of, I don't want to ruin something I've already done, I'm going to show you right here at the top, Anne Kirstine Ohl's daughter. Her initiatory, endowment, and sealing to parent are yellow. That means they haven't been printed yet. So I don't want to mess that up and print it, but I want to show you how you can easily print a name. So I'm going to scroll down to Anne Arnsdottir, and her initiatory and endowment already been printed. My daughters did the baptisms and confirmations the other day. So if I wanted to print this and take it to the temple, to the right of it is a circle. I'm going to click that circle, and at the bottom I can unreserve it, I can share it with someone, or I can click on take to the temple. So I'm going to click the button, take it to the temple, and decide what do I want the temple to print for me. I'm just going to hit initiatory. I clicked on that. And at the bottom it says create FOR. That's a family ordinance record, or create a family name card. So I'm going to create an FOR and hit OK. And now it's going to take me to a QR code that I can take a picture of this and just like a screenshot and just take this to the temple, and I can show it to them at the temple and they can just scan it and print the name for me. I love this. It's super easy to do temple work this way. If you forget your names, you have your phone. You can always use your phone now in the office of the temple and just show them that QR code. Really awesome new addition. Something else that I love that is so awesome for our youth who might struggle with finding names is this new button at the bottom that's called Ordinances Ready. If you click on this button, it will show you the ordinances and you can select what ordinances you want, whether it's an endowment, sealing to parent, whatever it happens to be. This is very helpful for the teens. And so we do a lot of baptisms and confirmations. So if I click on this, it's going to search. It searches through my temple inbox that I already have. It searches through mine that haven't been found. It searches for other people that have reserved names but that have shared it with the temple, and it's going to let us know if there's any that are available. So it found 3, but of course it's searching for the reservation. Most likely it's going to pull up from my reservations that I've already found, but it'll let us know for sure if we can get it to work. Okay, so it's saying we found people needing ordinances. If you see it says 3 from your reservation list, meaning my own temple inbox, and 1 from the temple. So they're sharing 1 from the temple of somebody in the world who's reserved that name but shared it with the temple. So I'm going to view the people. So these are the people. The first 3 are from my reservations, and then the next one down is from the temple. So if I didn't want to do the temples, I could just unclick it. Or if I did, I could just click it. And these are my names that have already been printed. So I'm just going to show you by hitting continue. And then I'm going to open it up. And there's my QR code for me to take to the temple. Super easy for our youth to be able to do this and to have access to really quick and easy temple names. I did this with our youth and we found everybody's names in like 5 minutes. It was so awesome. So to the right at the very bottom of temple, there's a button called Recents. If you click on that, these are all the people that I have recently looked at that are in my inbox. It's really quick. It's a way for you to quickly get back to somebody if there was something that you are looking for. I really love this. So also, if I was looking for somebody, I could just click here and I could type in there somebody that it would quickly pull from my family tree. Another fun thing to do is to the right of recents at the bottom is more. So you could go through this list, search historical records. You could find a person by ID or by name. You could map your ancestors, which is kind of fun. So my ancestors that are in my family tree, I could map different things. Like if I was on a trip with my family, I can map and see where my ancestors were. So one of my ancestors lived in Ohio during the time that the pioneers were there. And this is his journey as a pioneer, which is really cool to see. I love this. So this is the map of my ancestor. So this is a fun thing to do. Down below, family history activities, if you want to find activities with your kids, we love comparing our faces to see who in your family tree that person looks like. This is awesome. My kids love doing this. If you go back, anybody who's messaged you, I have a lot of people who message me, or if I completed temple work, the temple will actually send you ordinances are complete, which is really awesome. So if somebody's done my name that I've shared with the temple or one of my kids have, it lets me know when that work is done and what temple. I love this. If we go back, we can look at our setting, which is our information, how we want this to look, the setting of like the background and that information. Memories, this one you have to download this app, but this one's a memory app, and it takes me to the memories of everybody that I have ever put in photos of or stories of or anything like that. So it's a really cool app that we like to, as a family, just go to that to just look at photos and stories. It's really cool. So I got to go out of that because that's an actual app and come back in here to show you one of my really favorite things that I missed. It is relatives around me. This is so fun to do with the youth. Nobody at the moment in my home has the Family Tree app open, but if any of my kids did, I could hit this green button, scan for friends. If you're doing a youth activity, and it's going to sit and search for who is around me that is related to me. And it'll say like 10th cousin, and it'll show you exactly how you're related to that person. I should have had one of my kids open up their phones, but this is a really fun app, easy to use. Everything in Family Tree is just pressing buttons, and our youth know how to press buttons. So I love this program. I love to use it on Sunday with my family and to go through the different activities. It's really easy, really simple to use, and a really good tool to teach. If you have any other questions, please reach out and let me know.